With less than 48 hours to go, let's talk about the go-home show for WWE Hell in a Cell. And you'd be remiss if you didn't realize that WWE Hell in a Cell, the next premium live event, was happening this weekend, because they've barely done anything to hype it up besides having a few fancy, spoopy graphics. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Smackdown, as well as my WWE Hell in a Cell 2022 predictions. Let me know your thoughts on this show, as well as your predictions in the comments, please. I got notes. Because of course I fucking do. Otherwise I wouldn't remember any of this shit, because so much of this show is white noise, too. Not even white noise with Michael fucking Keaton. Should have just said Michael Keaton. Nobody wants to think about Michael Keaton fucking, and if you do, good for you. Don't know why. So yeah, they're in Columbus, Ohio, the Ohio State University. Let's hear it for the university. So, yeah. Really wasn't all that much to this. They had the full-on intro or whatever, because Are You Ready for a Good Time? Not going to do it. Blew my voice out doing other videos, which sounded a lot less dirty in my head. Moving on, they have new talents in there, because I took Sasha and Naomi out of there, and I hope that they do whatever the fuck they want to do, and wish them the best in anything else, because if they really felt like they were mistreated, I don't blame them for walking. 25 years of Michael Cole, and doesn't feel a day over 50 years. I'm not saying he's the worst commentator WWE's ever had, but he's probably the most just annoying one that they've had, as far as like his long run. Like, he's had good moments. They haven't been around for a while. WrestleMania 37, Sasha and Bianca, that was a good call, at least at the beginning. But other than that, Michael Cole's really fucking bad at his job. But congratulations on 25 years of employment, Michael Cole, you fucking idiot. Anyway, here's New Day. They talk about the UK Newsies, or the brawling buddies, the brawler buddies. I don't really goddamn care. The brawling brawlers. Why do they call them that? It's so fucking stupid. Here's Drew, and he sends a special shout out to Big E, and he talks about winning the Undisputed Championship at Clash in the Eureka's Castle. Thank you very much to a particular friend of mine. I'm not going to be able to unhear it. He then refers to himself as the Big D and says, you know the Big D always goes in. Stop thinking about it. You know who you are. I know you're thinking about it. Not going to mention you by name, but you know. And then talking about the shirt. Kneel to the steel. Well, you get down on your knees and stop. Stop thinking about it. Big D on a kilt. Seriously, I know you're thinking about it. The UK Newsies show up, and hey, we get UK Newsies versus Drew Day. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. And as the days go by, we get a bitter end, rather, on Xavier 1, 2, 3. Whatever. I don't fucking care. We ended the show last week, I believe, with this same match, and then we did this, and or maybe it's 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Kayla is backstage with that messy Friday evening hair going on. I'm not saying, just saying. And Riddle can't talk for shit. And then Nakamura is just standing there. Pierce is backstage. Max Dupree. It's not Rene Dupree. Don't be afraid. However the fuck they said. Man, La Resistance. They had those weird vignettes. It was really strange. He does not know what personal space is, but will introduce the first client of Max Dupree's male model, whatever. I don't know what the fuck they call the group. I don't care. I like Eli Drake, LA Knight, whatever name you want to go by, but learn what personal space is and come up with a less stupid name is what I hope creative does. So Rollins and Cody got a package here, and then Los Lotharios sandwich a blonde on camera. I've seen this movie before. I assume she's a local talent. I don't know who she is. Recaps of Shaky Shanky, who decided to dance, and do a dance thankfully wearing pants. Gender versus Shaky, or with Shaky Shanky taking on Humberto with Angel. Who asked for this? I just want to talk. You morons. So dancing Shanky actually ends up somehow distracting Humberto, and then a roll-up for 3. This was a waste of television time. Pretty much like anything Ginger's involved in. And then he got Samantha to dance. That was nice to see, because Samantha is a lovely woman and also a very good ring announcer. Rousey the Raccoon shows up for this 6-pack challenge. And I think they spent more time on Rousey's entrance and the backstage stuff than they did on the actual 6-pack challenge. Entrances for Raquel and Shotzi, and then Aaliyah can't get out. Aaliyah can't get out because Shotzi locked her in. Aaliyah and Shotzi are fighting over who locked each other in the locker room. They are fighting over shampoo. Longtime wrestling fans will get that. Longtime wrestling fans of obscure shit will get that, at least. Then they go to break. Then Shayna makes her entrance. Then Zaya, who looks fucking tremendous. Good God. Why are they not featuring Zaya? And Natty. She gets a good pop. I like Natty. I really like Natty. It just feels like they don't quite understand what to do with Natty. When she was in NXT briefly, taking on Cora Jade, that was good stuff. Shotzi versus Raquel versus Natty versus Zaya versus Shayna. And Aaliyah shows up and she's free to do as she wants. Like fly and land, not with as much of a thud as the previous Aaliyah, leaving on a jet plane, didn't know when she'd be back again. 6-pack challenge, and they had to rush the shit out of this. At one point, Shotzi gets planted with, I don't know what the fuck they call Raquel's finisher, but then Shayna jumps on her, Natty pins Shotzi, and it's going to be Natty versus Ronda. You know what? Good. If Natty's going to take on Ronda, that's good, because Natty can get a quality match out of anybody. And she's going to be able to hopefully guide Ronda to do something interesting. I mean, it's going to take a lot, a Herculean effort, as it were. But nevertheless, fine. I mean, I'm happy Natty won. It's going to be a placeholder feud, and you know what? Her and Shayna may have a bond, but her and Ronda have a bond. Lacey Evans has been moved back to Smackdown because they have no fucking idea what they're doing. Moss calls out Corbin. By the way, he ran out of an ambulance at one point. That was kind of goddamn funny. And also, they did announce that the Bellas are going to be at some race, the Sonoma Toyota 350. Hold on, lady driver coming through. Then they announced Lacey's going to go back to SmackDown. Moss doesn't have the suspenders. He's trying to be serious, calls out Corbin. Why is this feud continuing? I have no idea. Corbin says he doesn't want to face him, but Pierce says, hey, this match is official. And then they had the match, and then a chair got involved, and Moss caused a DQ by hitting him with it, and then hit him with it repeatedly, and then was going to take the steps and put it on the chair that was on Corbin's neck. But then the officials stopped that. This is something else that ate up national television. Moss has a great fucking look. They need to change it from Madcap because it's a stupid name. He has a good look. He looks like the type of guy that Vince would love, because he's a body guy. But anyway, the Usos then knock Riddle backstage. Corbin was leaving, and he's holding his ribs, and says, oh, you're going to, tells Pierce you're going to suspend Moss. I'm not suspending Moss. You're going to face off against each other in a no-holds-barred match. That is SmackDown's contribution to the, to the Hell in a Cell card. By the way, by the time this was announced, we were less than 48 hours to go until Hell in a Cell. It's good playing ahead there for the next premium live event. And then next week, we're going to have Ricochet versus Volta for the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet tries to talk. I say try. And I understand that Ludwig and Walter are going to take the Intercontinental Championship as a way to implement the final phase of their plan. And then the entrances for the Hell in a Cell, entrances during the Hell in a Cell card rundown. Nakamura and Riddle took on the Usos, undisputed tag team championship match. Same as it ever was. Nakamura got taken out because X gonna give it to you. Boy, I couldn't sound more goddamn white if I was gonna say that. Shout out to the Triple X fans that are out there. Not the movie, maybe the movie, but also the stable. Elix Skipper, Low Key, who was Senshi. Boy, he was intelligent, wasn't he? And also Christopher Daniels. Pretty underrated trio, even though short-lived in the early days of NWA TNA. So, Riddle goes it alone after Nakamura is taken away. A music distraction. Oh no, Reigns is here, but he's not. There is a blind tag and then a splash 1, 2, 3. And it turns out Sammy got in the production truck and made whoever that was turn on the music. Maybe he could have found a way to stick a mic down Kevin Dunn's throat and, find a way to make him not talk like a stupid Bucky Beavertooth motherfucker. Moving on from that. Riddle then attacks all three of them. We get a pull apart and we go away. Moving on to Hell in a Cell. You think it's going to take long? It ain't going to take very long. Hell in a Cell predictions start now. So, Finn, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan take on Judgment Day, Edge, Priest, and, Priest, the man who really likes tag team action, if you want to believe it, and also Rhea. Not judging, just based on the choice of person. Maybe you want to choose somebody else. Rumors, by the way. So it's a 6-person tag, and I'll say Judgment Day. Liv will take the pin. Probably, maybe, or AJ takes the pin. They're going to do something to extend this feud past the point where really nobody has wanted to see it. And it's a shame because Judgment Day looks great, and then when the promos start, I kind of check out. I don't really necessarily care. Judgment Day is going to win. And then Theory versus Ali for the U.S. Championship. It is in Chicago. Chicago is the hometown of Ali. That's why Theory's going to win. If Ali somehow manages to win, they're going to have Vince come out and reverse the decision. Or they're going to do something fluky where Ali's going to win, but then the title's going to get taken away from him, and it's going to be a way to screw him over and build him up. Such good shit, pal. Yeah, Theory's going to win. And then Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. Ezekiel will win, and I will not care one goddamn bit. They'll get a melee with Alpha Academy and the Street Profits, and possibly popcorn and cotton candy vendors get involved just for no goddamn reason. Ezekiel, the Ultimate Ezekiel, will get the victory. Lashley taking on Edward James Olmos and MVP. Lashley will pin MVP, and please, end this feud. End it. It hasn't done anything for anybody. It's not everything for everyone. Everclear totally lied to me. Lashley's going to win. Then Bianca versus Asuka versus Becky Lynch. A three-way Raw Women's Championship match. That's hard to say. Bianca will probably end up pinning Asuka. I'd be very surprised if they have Bianca lose the championship so soon. She might lose it by SummerSlam, but she ain't losing it yet. Bianca's going to retain. Asuka seems like she's just writing out her contract to get beat and everything, and that's going to be it. It's a shame. I like Asuka quite a bit. I like Becky. I like Bianca. I think they're all going to kill it. People wanted this to be in a Hell in a Cell. I don't think the feud warranted it. Had they had Hell in a Cell in July, you could have found a way to have Becky versus Bianca inside Hell in a Cell. But nevertheless, Bianca will retain. Corbin versus Moss in a no-holds-barred match. Whoever stays awake will be the winner, but Moss will win. I guess I don't care. Cody versus Seth in a Hell in a Cell match. Cody. The most uninteresting roads in the world will get the victory. There's your Hell in a Cell predictions. How's that for a blitzkrieg? Anyway, and I'm not talking about the WCW phenomenon that was gone by 1999 and went into computer work. Good for him. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.